friends, and welcome back to the Torsie channel for more IU, and we have the title track of her new album, The Winning. This is Shopper. Yes, thank you. If you are getting excited to talk about the entire album as a whole, we're going to do that at the end of the week together after the music video comes out. I do love when a music video has a name like that, and then you have to kind of act it out as you say it. Shh. It's like when Kai released It's a bit of that. We're going to have a bit of that. We will look at the music video, and we'll also look at a lyric video of I Stan You, since that's the only one that won't have a music video attached to it. And then we can talk about the entire album as a whole. But for today, let's get into Shopper. Let's go.
There once was a shop. And it wasn't just any shop. It was in fact extraordinary, with even more extraordinary items that never seemed to run out. They say the items had powers that would only unlock to their rightful owners. So you might be wondering, who put those items there? Was it a god? A fairy? Or maybe a thief? Our story
Gorgeous.
begins here at the midnight auction.
She just keeps giving us cinema. One outfit. Amazing. Amazing. So charmed I couldn't even
They
say
say
anything.
the items had powers.
Say the items have powers. Cute. Oh god, so much going on. They just said the items have powers and it went green in his hand, right? Instead of magical. I'm going back. She's scrolling back, folks. Hold on. Yes, it glows in her hand and then it goes all green in his. Because it has to be for the rightful owner. Oh my god, so much just happened. I'm just gonna scroll through that. I'm just gonna scroll through real quick. So Sunrise Mart, after we've had the Golden Hour concert. So the sun is set on the previous era and the sun is rising on this era, which is something that we discussed with Halsey and the lyrics of that and everything, that all the last albums, even up to our last mini album, which was a compilation of older songs, was all one era. Well, kind of from Chat Cheer to then. And now, new decade of her life. She's doing her first like really big international tour. She's got a boyfriend. Everything's lovely. A whole new chapter. And what I'm loving about this, because she said during the Golden Hour that she had considered Golden Hour being her last concert and perhaps retiring after that, and then realized in doing that she just couldn't stop there. And this feels very much like the declaration that she absolutely isn't going to stop. The map that she's holding is showing that, the lyrics are showing that as well, that it's, you know, almost take pride in your greed. But I think greed in this, I think greed is being used as a synonym for ambition. Because the song is about shopper, it has it's using the metaphor of shopping and filling up your cart and getting lots of things. Okay, that is greed. That's the appropriate word for that action. But for what she's doing with her life, the more appropriate word is ambition. I think in this sort of allegory, greed and ambition are interchangeable. What else? The cards. What are these boxes saying? Euphonia. Ooh. Euphonia. So we've got kind of like a play on euphoria. So euphonia would be the joy of music, the joy of listening to music, euphonia. Wonder Globe. There's a green one that says Wonder Globe. So I wonder if that's a reference to an international tour for the concert. And then television, find your vision. I think that says vision. Yep, find your vision is the like tagline underneath it. Like it's a telescope, so it's looking at what's on the horizon and finding the goal to go for. Television, I'm sure, is a play on words for her. Obviously, her as an actor, and she's just streamlined IU singer and IU actor. She announced last year that she wouldn't be known as Etienne in film credits anymore. She was going to be known as IU across the board. So television is also, I think, obviously reference to the fact that now IU as a performer is complete across all mediums. It's not just singing. And then also like it being a telescope looking onto the future. And then what is she holding? So in that globe, it looks like sea anemones. Am I crazy? They look like sea anemones. Try saying that 10 times fast. Sea anemones with a little person inside the globe. I mean, there could be fantastical trees, but it looks far more like it's underwater to me. Okay. I'm not going to get the references right off the bat, but I wouldn't be surprised if the numbers that are being held up in the auction are referential to something. I love that it just says, I want that. Look at this map. I mean, first of all, be more like the Marauders map. Just be more like that. But so chat cheery. We've got the little footprints, like a little reference to the red shoes or the shoes. The footprints are leading to a jellyfish that's underneath a thing that says Sunset Flame Party. Like, I'm not crazy. That's a jelly blobber, right? The pink thing with the pink and purple tentacles. It could be a really crazy balloon, but I think it's a jellyfish. We have, is that a burning bush on the left? I'm getting biblical, maybe not. Rocks, enjoy your journey. It's time to party. She's got a special advantage. If you don't have a car, make a friend, it says underneath the car. We invite you to celebrate our victory. Please follow the order of the map. When the sun rises, the party is over. Go make your own. We waiting for you. Step 1, midnight auction. The back of it almost looks like a Fabergé egg. It looks like it has other instruments kind of poking out from behind it. Or a sword. Oh, and a car. Okay, I can see a car on the left. Or is that an anchor? Your girl's confused. It could be a lot of things. I mean, is it a Fabergé egg or is it a compass? It could very well be a compass as well. Just egg-shaped compass. The painting behind her in the hotel is of a sunset. Oh, okay, that went by really fast before, but it showed her on the map the glowing baseball bat, saying that the baseball bat is going to, like, get her to the Sunset Flame Party. And I feel like that sort of thing, and especially the way she carries it afterwards, it's like it's there to either bat away criticism or bash through obstacles, or a bit of both. It could also be about, like, hitting home runs. There's a lot of things you could do with a baseball bat. It could be an asset to you. It could be a weapon. It could be, but a golden bat, you're hitting goals, you're hitting away obstacles, or smashing up obstacles, or hitting away criticisms, or anything like that. Like anything that's thrown at you, you can swing at it with this golden bat and clear it from your path so you can keep going towards your ambition. Her eyes glow, I think it's gold, or maybe it's a bit green. I don't know whether it's like green with envy, and we're playing on the idea of greed and envy and sort of a bit of a sinful thing, or whether it's gold, like she sees shiny gold things and she's like, must have. Something just like a little Hotel de Luna about it, and you gotta love that for her. Like how she just happens to find the telescope, blows confetti off the top of it, or maybe she pulls it out of her bag. And in the viewfinder of the telescope, you can see it's purple with stars. She did reference palette at another point, and of course in the song Palette, she talks about how she's not into hot pink anymore, she much prefers purple. So we have purple in the lens there. That helps her find the next step, which is the fireworks store. And there, like the first thing that explodes is a purple firework when she gets to the fireworks store. Her little letter, her little invitation glows for her. Is that a little butterfly? A butterfly comes out of it. And there's butterflies everywhere in that fireworks store. There's butterflies on the wall, there's butterfly bunting, there's butterfly mobile. The lollipops are all butterflies. Gosh, there's so many butterflies on this stand. Butterflies, of course, are metamorphic creatures. They're creatures that start as something else, cocoon, and then have a metamorphosis into the creature that we then find so beautiful and that can fly away and be free. So could be emblematic of how whatever she's finding in this shop or this new stage of her life is another metamorphosis for her, and she's been caterpillar in her early stages of her career when she was being led by other people. She had her cocoon moment, she had a moment of growth, her moment of change all the way through her 20s, and now she's coming out in her 30s in her final form as a butterfly, flying free, doing whatever she likes. So we have, like, Ayu can be seen as having, at this point, 3 very distinct moments in her career, and that could easily be compared to a creature that has a metamorphosis. It's interesting, the things that, like, the animated things that end up floating around her motel room and she bats them around with the baseball bat are kind of like a combination jelly blubber flower. I always call jellyfish jelly blubbers. You're welcome. Yeah, it's sort of like an odd fantasy creature that's somewhere between a flower and a jellyfish. And maybe that's what was on the little, on the map there. We've got people that've picked up boxes and then off they go. Which begs the question, like, so the voiceover says at the start that only the rightful owner of these things can pick them up. Which means, are all these people coming to the shop to claim the things that are rightfully theirs, and they too are going to step forward with ambition or greed, as is the lyrics that say, or has she given people access to that? She got access to the shop and has decided to share its contents with other people and allow other people to also have access to choice and advantage and possibilities to go for everything that they want. Like, nothing is tainted when they hold it. When he holds the envelope later, it goes all green. It sort of gets tainted because he's not supposed to be the one who touches it. But that's not happening inside the store. So I don't know whether they were always meant to be there or whether she let them in there. Okay, and then right at the end, she holds out the globe again, and it's the little sin and an anemone thing, but I don't see the little figurine in it. I don't know whether the little person figurine is... No, it should be over this side. Okay, so now the person figurine that was in the sea anemone snow globe is no longer there. Right, well, that was a very quick re-scroll through that for all of us to look at. I like it. It reminds me of a few things, like BTS had their magic shop. I don't know whether this is a fable or something that people use to describe maybe in Korean culture or in something else culturally that I just missed, where there is an idea that you can, there's like a shop full of dreams, and if you make an exchange, you can get your dreams. Certainly that's what Magic Shop was, and then Shopper reminds me of that as well. And naturally self-referential to the other life stage albums that she had, Chatshire and Palette. Chatshire we have, of course, the map, and Palette we have things like all of the purple references. Thinking about this next to Holshi, both of them are kind of declarations of intent. It's such a short album, and it's interesting that two of the songs, and they're the first two, well, Love Wins All is the first one, but these two came out one right after another, that both of them really are statements of this is what I plan to do. So in Holshi, it's I'm going to fly, I'm going to take root in the clouds. When people ask about me, tell them that I'm up in the air. By the way, good catch everyone, that the receipts in the shopping trolley in Holshi could have been referenced to Shopper. I was like thinking so deeply about Holshi, I just like forgot about Shopper. So well done, everybody. Yes, good point. Very good point. I agree. But that was very, I'm about to do this. And also, like I said, reminds me so much of Elphaba in Wicked singing Defying Gravity, where she says, tell everybody that I'm defying gravity. And she's saying, tell everybody that I'm now a dandelion fluff, dandelion spore flying through the air. Like I'm elevated, I'm off, I'm gone. Don't expect me to still be here in the same place that I've always been, doing the same things that I've always been doing. And then this is kind of then furthering that conversation of why she's doing that. And it's because she's got ambition. There's more still to do. There's the line, enough isn't. Like enough isn't enough. And I think people who are smart and talented and capable, like IU, really never have an end to the mountain that they're climbing, because they find so many things interesting and challenging that when one thing gets ticked off the list, the little shopping list, another thing gets added, really, because it opens a door, and so she can keep going and keep going and keep going. I find it so weird that the whole world believes that 30 is old. 30 is not even remotely old, and for a lot of people, 30 is the moment where they have really, much like the butterfly in this, solidified who they are. They've figured it out. 20s is such a decade of experimentation. You're just seeing what works for you, trying on a few different personalities. Like when you're really young, you are what people tell you you are. Like The Caterpillar, like all of her early albums where she's being managed by someone else. And then through your 20s, you're trying to figure out who you are to yourself. And in your 30s, you've really got that on lock, mostly. You just have enough time on Earth to have figured out a lot of things about yourself. You have so many life experiences by that point. You are a lot more solid. And in the nicest way possible, a lot pushier. You don't really allow people to shove you around anymore once you're in your 30s. You're much more confident in saying, no, this is what I want, and I will be getting it, and you just go for it. And IU has certainly established herself as somebody who knows what she wants and can achieve it. She doesn't talk about it, she does it, and is it's kind of reminding me of BB, how she's setting boundaries with people and she's being quite instructive in the nicest way possible of how to treat her and other celebrities. This is also saying, I'm about to really shoot for the stars. Don't bother telling me I'm greedy. I don't care. You can call me a freak. I don't care. I'm going to go for it. So get on board or get out of the way. Really. In the nicest way possible, in this very sweet tune, and with a music video that seems to suggest that she's inviting other people to come along with her. Come in, pick up all of these magical items, elevate, go for the things that you want. It's okay to be greedy. It's kind of, a victimless crime sort of thing. It's okay to have ambition. Go for it. It will satisfy you most, make you happiest if you really shoot for the stars. I feel like there needs to be another step to that. Like, I feel like I need to know what the party was like or what the sea anemone world is. Like, there's one more chapter. I want to turn the page. I want to see what's next. I do wonder if then that's going to be answered in the next album. This is just a mini album. Is she going to do her tour and then have a full album come out, or maybe have a full album come out while she's touring or something like that? And maybe there's the next chapter in this story, the next part of it, because it felt open-ended to me. It felt like there's still possibility hanging in the air. But then again, maybe that's the point, that we get to the 7th note, but we don't play the last one in the octave because we're still going. We haven't reached there yet, and that's the point of the song. We're still building, going for gold with that one. I liked it, and I liked how textured she was in that. She always gives us, really different looks, that she's capable of being all things all the time, including a fabulous blonde. Here I am, growing out my colour. She goes so blonde, it makes me want to be so blonde again. Twinsies. Let me know what you saw. Of course, there's always like a trillion Easter eggs, so this is the kind of thing where we might end up discussing it over and over and over again. As always, this is my first watch. This is just the thoughts that come to me off the top of my head. I love reading your comments. I love seeing what you see. So let me know what you saw. Thank you so much for joining me for more IU. I'm going to watch that again and drive myself crazy trying to figure out every last clue. Thanks again for joining me. 감사합니다. 사랑해요. And I will see you soon for more. 안녕.